Not as convincing as Brett's impersonation of Carl Anthony Towns.
Dude, I'm telling you, YouTube, Carl Anthony Towns mic'd up. Oh my gosh! every time he gets fouled, every time he always says, "Oh my gosh!"
Welcome to The Cover, where three Hoosier friends judge books by their covers and movies by their trailers.
That's right. I'm Brett, here with my fellow Indiana natives, Remington and Marcus, ready to dive into the stories that keep us up all night and occasionally put us to sleep.
Whether you're a bookworm, movie buff, or just here for the witty banter, we've got you covered.
Each week, we'll dissect a different book or movie, sharing fun facts, hot takes, and moments that make Marcus cry. Spoiler alert, we're not experts, but we're definitely opinionated.
From literary masterpieces to blockbuster flops, nothing is safe from our snarky reviews and wild tangents. Who knew Hoosiers could be this entertaining?
So grab your popcorn and reading glasses because we're about to embark on a hilarious journey through the pages and screens that shape our lives. Or at least our weekends.
You're listening to The Cover. Let's get the show on the road before one of our kids wakes up.
I just a lot of protein and a lot of protein shakes and bars.
Protein farts are terrible.
Oh, it's death.
If you're doing shakes, yeah.
Not as bad as fish oil burps, though.
Fish oil burps
are the worst.
Costco hot dog burps are pretty bad.
Costco from the rafters. Costco hot dog.
Have you
listened? Pretty bad.
Have you listened to Jiminy Glick yet?
That's a good example of when you should
Martin
lean
Short
in.
putting on the fat suit and doing those interviews.
Oh yes.
When he laughs, that's Marcus's laugh. When Marcus,
That's what Elliot tells me all the time.
It's
He loves Jiminy
crazy.
Glick.
It
Yeah.
sounds like Jiminy Glick.
Okay, you know Quinn's laugh she does where she's like,
Yeah.
dude, Willow won't stop, and we're literally banning it from our
Oh,
house.
we're banning Forrest Frank's song from our house from this last weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So Hazel is singing "God Is Good" now. All the time, you lying. Wayne, shine. God is good all the time.
I guess there's worse songs that have stuck in your head.
But what? Which one?
But does she know Jesus paid it all? That's the real
I
question.
don't know. She might know. Bible tells me so. Is it Your Way's better? Are they doing the dance? Yeah. Are they doing the dance?
That's
or
the
no?
thing,
Yeah.
is the dance.
I don't care about the dance. It's just if I hear that song one more time, I'm going to personally drive to Forrest Frank's house and say,
he could be the Christian Coco Melon. You just hear it, you just twitch a little bit.
by the way, obviously streaming this in the background, it's funny the entire time.
It's very funny.
Like, it's one of those movies
Man.
that doesn't shut down. It
Yeah.
doesn't, like, there's always something
I
that
was
you can
telling
see
Nate-
hidden.
it is funny. It's a really funny movie.
I was telling my driver Nate on the ride over that
Nate from Minneapolis.
that Fisher's the principal has a bunch of awesome one-liners, and they're this is so quotable. I'm so mad I didn't get addicted to this movie in high school and just overwatch it. It is.
It does feel like we're a little old to watch this movie. Does it feel
Old?
that way? It felt to me like I was too old to watch this movie.
Man, I
Maybe.
didn't feel that. Maybe I should have. I didn't feel that way once. Jumbo. What's new? What's new, Remington? I don't know if you know.
What's
this.
new, Brett?
Marcus had an experience with the cuddle chairs.
Oh, yeah.
At the theater this weekend.
Imagine.
Oh, no.
Yep.
So tell us about it.
What was his name?
All right. So we went to see Mission Impossible last minute date night right before we're gonna go camping. I was like, hey, let's just leave the kids at home and we'll go out. So we go out to dinner and we're looking at times for movies. And the new Mission Impossible movie, the last, it's apparently supposed to be the last one.
Officially the last one.
Is in theaters. It's like opening night, and it's full, except the cuddle seats at the very beginning. And I said, let's just book it. It'll be great for content. which got me eye rolls for sure.
Pros and cons. What do we got?
I would say.
Wait, when you said you had an experience, like, did you experience the cuddle chairs?
I mean, we sat there next to each other. So the the pros would be that if if your top love languages like mine are
So
touch,
glad you said love languages. All right.
if your top love languages like me are touch, then it's great because you can like intermingle legs or you can do whatever. You're like sitting.
Guys, we're pretzeling.
You're like right there. You're right there.
Yeah.
But the cons is that you've got to look straight up at the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Neck,
You know?
neck broken.
Now you're kind of laying down, so it's not as bad as being in the front row.
I just
Normally?
don't feel like
Dude,
I'd be
I kind of want to just
The-
get the cuddle chair for myself and just lay down and bring a blanket.
Well, it's
wear your PJs.
it's only like $10 a ticket, so it's like it's $20 total.
So it's cheap.
I feel like it's like a middle schooler's like dream.
Well, you're in the very front now.
Yeah.
Now
Oh, that's true.
you can pay more and be in the very back.
There's a back
I
cuddle
think
seat?
there are back cuddle seats
That
at
just
the
makes
very
no
back.
sense to me. Knowing what I know,
So I had no idea that actually existed until we started to book, and I was like, "Wait a second."
This one comes with a privacy screen. Check this out.
we have 0 listeners under the age of 17, so we're fine.
Welcome to the Cover Podcast. I'm your host, Brett Wiggins. And Marcus, what am I drinking right now? This is,
Absolute B.
dude, it's chocolate milk.
Absolute B word
in a glass.
is what it is, and I felt like that was perfect for Mean Girls.
That's great.
Yeah.
You took a shot, turned it into a drink.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
tackle the longest one.
Okay.
Just
Oh,
get-
love it.
just
And
get
as
ready.
always, to
Well, I
my
haven't even thought about my words yet.
to my left, wearing all the Wabash gear.
Yeah, those are Wabash socks.
I do have Wabash.
Do you
socks.
have Wabash underwear?
No, but I have Wabash socks.
All right, I know what to get you for Christmas.
His name's Marcus Mangus. Sitting to my right is Sir.
Remington Ramsey.
We answer 9 questions every single week about one of your favorite books or movies. Sir Remington's second question, what are we covering?
One question before I do this. Is it pronounced zoologist or zoologist?
Zoologist.
Zoologist.
I was
'Cause
told
it's
it
a
was
zoo.
zoologist. No, it's not. It's not. It's not a zoo.
It's
It's a study of animals.
it's zoologist.
I'm figuring that the two words have something in common.
Okay, I'm just gonna read this.
Just, I mean, I know you have trouble with phonics anyway, so nobody's gonna be surprised.
It's Pahonics. Her parents being zoologists, Katie Heron has never known
Who told you it was zoologist?
my zoology teacher,
Oh.
my science teacher back in what would have been middle school.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, middle school science teachers
Yeah,
don't know
right.
anything.
Dude,
I have a great
Now
story
that I've
about
seen
my
this, I actually agree.
sophomore high school
They
teacher.
ran out of science teachers.
Have you
because of
seen
this.
in the league where Rexon's talking to the kids and he doesn't like them, so he walks away and he says, "All your teachers smoke pot." Her parents being zoologists, Katie Heron has never known what high school truly meant. She lived her first 15 years in the African jungle, homeschooled, living life with only her parents and the animals of the wilderness, knowing all the rules of survival. But when she leaves Africa, she has to learn the rules of high school, which is a jungle in itself. It doesn't take long before she meets 2 sweet teenagers, Damien and Janice. But in the terms of high school, they are known as the out crowd. Soon she meets the plastics, the 3 crude, beautiful, popular girls consisting of Regina, the unofficial leader, Gretchen, who would do anything for Regina, and Karen, one of the dumbest people you will ever meet. After just a few minutes, they let her into the group, but Katie wants to keep her first friends and isn't really sure. But Damien and Janice think it might be fun to play a game with the plastics, so they convince Katie to keep her relationship with them, only to learn all their darkest secrets and then laugh at them. Things do not go as planned when Katie falls in love with Regina's ex-boyfriend Aaron. When Regina finds out, she seeks revenge on Katie by taking Aaron back. What began as a game to discover secrets turns into a plan to destroy Regina as Katie, Janice, and Damien plot together to bring Regina's status down. However, as Katie spends more time with the plastics, she too begins to become one. This movie is Mean Girls 2004 PG-13, 1 hour and 37 minutes runtime with Lindsey Lohan, Jonathan Bennett, Rachel McAdams, Tina Fey, Tim Meadows, and director Mark Waters.
I love that you do this, Rem. It was a great call by you. I don't know what episode it was. 4 or 5. Transition.
Yeah, I
is
just
so
realized
good.
like there's nothing I can do that could compete with the slam poetry.
Oh man, 9 words are right. Do you think they knew this movie was going to be good while they were filming it?
So I think that Tina Fey had really.
She writes.
She writes.
it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she writes for.
But for this movie, she wrote the movie.
She wrote the whole script.
Yep.
I think they knew it was great, but I think they were trying to make it super bad. So, like, if you see a lot of the changes that they made, they had an R rating.
Yeah, but which came out first? Because I think this came out before Superbad.
It did. What I'm saying is they were trying to make it that raunchy, really go for it.
So it had an R rating, and they
It was-
made some adjustments to be PG-13.
And
I can see that.
And the things they changed, they should change. Like I'm reading
Nice.
some of the stuff. I'm like, yeah, that would have, because it just would have been trying too hard. It would have been uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I think this is borderline uncomfortable in those parts, and then they like teeter the edge, and then they.
There's a
move on.
lot of stuff that they say in here that makes total sense for high school kids when we were that age.
Yeah.
And I wonder, Brett, do kids still talk that way?
Ooh.
I'm looking at you.
Like
Nah.
like mean to each other.
No, like saying words like retarded and stuff like
So
that.
here's what I will tell you, that around me,
You're asking him because he hires them.
Yeah.
yeah, because I work with them. Around me, no, and because my first couple years as a division manager, I would have still put myself in situations where they would have let their hair down a little bit.
Mhm.
Oh
And
my
now-
gosh!
and now I just
this
don't.
is delicious.
It's so good.
Isn't it great?
Why are we? Why are we drinking mudslides?
That's essentially what it is.
It's like it's a espresso martini is
It's-
what I.
Oh,
It's-
is this because the mom? Wait, why are we drinking these?
It's
he just-
called absolute B word.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, Remington. So here's what I will say though. I've got it on a very, very, very a trustworthy source that a lot of the ways we used to talk are fully back in high school.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Yep. And I think that's a.
So that's what I wonder if
Talk,
it's
post to
just if it's
Facebook.
just me being old and I don't know, more wise, that it kind of shocks me a little bit, or
dude, it doesn't shock me. I'm like, when things were proper.
The good old days.
The good old days. You could just say stuff.
No, there's some borderline stuff, man. Well, because you're
Jumbo.
watching, it's just so funny, man. I never thought I'd be this person. I always thought I'd be the high school, like the cool kid. But like, I find myself watching this, knowing that the next stage is my girls watching this, and it just makes me cringe.
Yeah.
Like every other scene. Like,
I don't think my kids will ever watch it.
yes, right. Not till you're married.
so I was watching it in the office today, like during the day, because I couldn't watch it at night because we were camping.
They
and all that
open the
stuff.
door. Get out!
No, yeah. Oh, they came in multiple times. I had pause ready, and Jessica was in for long sections of it because she was just enjoying it with me. But every time a kid would come in, I would just pause it. And Colby comes in at one point in time. She's 11. Okay. Colby goes, I said, yeah, this is not appropriate for you. And she said, maybe in like 6 years. And I did some math and I was like, okay, fine. Like
Graduating.
all right, you're 17. All right, fine. Like,
Dude, she could be out of the house in 7 years. That's crazy. Not a lot of time.
no, it'll be more like 8, but yeah.
Yep. All right. So what I knew going into it. So a girl I was dating asked me to go after our winter formal, go back to her house and watch it. We watched it. I fell asleep afterwards. It's like 2 a.m. So I drive to my buddy Dan's house.
I usually fall asleep afterwards too.
And and I get there. I basically sneak into his house, run into his room. I know his mom heard me. So I get into like a corner chair. I act like I'm sleeping. She walks in. She walks out. She calls my parents and tells them the next day that she's like, hey, I got here at like 2 a.m. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I think she's going through something. I don't know. I don't know. That's crazy. That's wild. And my parents believed me. I never
No
got in
chance
trouble.
they believed you.
Oh, dude. Or they were too scared to hold me accountable. One of the two.
Yeah.
I'm okay with either. Then
The older
No,
I
but-
get, the more I think, Yeah, I don't believe anything like that. Like I wouldn't.
Oh,
I wouldn't believe that. And they had to have been in that same boat. They just decide what they're going to let you get away with.
You're a hands-on parent, though.
Yeah, I'll ask my aunt when she's in town.
Ask her
next weekend.
Yeah,
I'm willing to bet.
I bet you don't think she was aware.
No, I don't.
She wasn't aware of the
No.
escapades.
She wanted to believe I could do no wrong, which worked out. But we got very close to some dangerous situations, but it worked out. What you guys know going into it?
I don't remember. I know I saw this probably right about when it came out, but I don't know. I don't know what I knew.
What year did you say, Rem?
2004?
So we
Yeah.
were. I was a.
You wouldn't have seen it when it came out.
For sure.
I was a sophomore or junior.
Yeah. I watched everything my sophomore, junior, senior year because I was already 16 by the time. I could drive. We went and saw stuff all the time.
Man, I don't think I saw this early on. I think I saw it later.
You don't remember the first time?
Because like Anchorman would have been around the same time, and that's when I started watching like really funny raunchy comedies. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember watching this one. I remember thinking it was for girls.
Will Ferrell looks so old
In his commercials?
His commercials, yeah. He looks so old.
He's
When
still
did
funny,
this
though.
come out in 04? Well, that matters.
Do you have the day?
Because we need to find out if you watch this in theaters.
Well, he's trying to find out, was he a sophomore or a junior?
No,
It was-
no. What I'm trying to figure out is,
April 30th.
so I probably did not see it in theaters because that summer of 04 was when we would go to the movies all the time. I got a
And it- because it was
girlfriend.
before-
that
the
stretch,
summer.
2001 to 2004 had some movies. 2001 especially, like just bird.
Oh,
just
Maybe
like-
that's why, because that just aligned with middle school for me, and we went every Friday. And
You know,
I said earlier,
you keep saying that, but you also have never seen any good movies.
Dude, Where's My Car? Has
yeah,
a special place in my heart,
there's
man.
no way he watched any of the movies that we're watching though.
I know.
Like when on that stretch, like if you're a teenager, you're just watching the next teen comedy that came out.
So
yes,
I'll get to it.
that's what it was.
I'll get to it on what made me think, but put a pin in the teen comedy thing.
Teen comedies.
Okay, great. Well, 30-second synopsis. This is funny.
By the way, top nasty movie kisses with the geeks in the front row. That's like the nastiest movie kiss. We were talking about kisses.
At the lunchroom table?
Oh no! Like the first scene when she like the girl says you can't sit in my seat, and then the kid walks in and they start making out.
Oh, yeah. The little guy?
Yeah,
The little guy and the big girl?
I feel bad for him.
I was in that relationship. I was little guy and big girl once. Yeah.
Did you make out in school, like in class?
Not in class. Recess. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. Not in class. I have standards.
So do you guys know how old Rachel McAdams is in this movie?
I'm guessing she is
24.
I was
Higher,
going to say
baby.
29.
Higher?
I think she's 20. She's 8 years older than Lindsey Lohan. I think she's like 26, 27.
Lindsay Lohan's like my age, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was the perfect age for this.
Yeah, this this is the most.
What's okay? Tina Fey and what's
Amy Poehler? Amy Poehler is the most uncomfortable.
I
She
kind of wanted
put-
to ask
she
if
put
she's
many-
worse than Grandpa Joe.
Oh no!
This is, by the way, this is many parents.
Oh, yeah.
Of my friends growing
Oh,
up.
my
The
goodness.
line, "If you're gonna drink, I'd rather you drink here," was said 48 times a month.
Yeah.
So
with me
what's
growing
funny is 2 years before we, and 3 years before we met, I wouldn't have been able to hang out with you.
Hey, I actually, this is good. When you told your parents I was gonna be your best man,
I don't know if I'm.
What
allowed
was
to
the
hang out
reaction?
with you.
Oh no, I don't.
Zero reaction.
Yeah,
Nothing.
not in a negative way.
Oh man.
I
Did
mean,
you
we gotta
find out
think
this
about my
weekend-
entire groomsmen panel.
Did you find out this weekend if
Sure.
your brother listens to this show?
Well, he didn't say anything, so I'm just gonna assume no.
I'm gonna keep dropping lines about Thomas until we find out.
Julie definitely listens.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she.
Shout out Jules.
Yeah, Julie from Bremen. She and I had no idea, because but she told me, she said, hey, you'll be happy to know that I went ahead and tried out your guys' podcast, and I've been listening to all of them. I really enjoy it. I like all the tangents and
Yeah,
everything.
Julie used to be my receptionist for 2 weeks.
Julie was.
Oh,
Marcus's
you know what,
receptionist.
Thomas? You know what Thomas told me?
What?
Thomas said that he tried listening at one point, but couldn't listen to that much Marcus.
I guarantee. I guarantee.
Is
that's
Julie
accurate.
the one that was responsible for the Warsaw mailer mishap of 2008?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was your receptionist too?
She was.
It was something about when you're gonna call these people, plug it in, and when you're done, you gotta unplug it.
Yeah.
And it didn't get unplugged
because we were paying for the call center.
Yeah, forwarding.
And I was having her call PRs on the same number.
Yeah.
And so
Dude,
all my
Marcus-
mailers for the biggest week of mailers were ringing in my parents' office
At home?
at home.
Your mom's just like,
And no one was
freaking
answering.
telemarketers.
No one was answering the phone.
Oh no.
And I didn't realize until I was home one Sunday in the afternoon.
no.
Hey, by the way,
And it started ringing, and I was like, what is going on? And
Oh no.
And-
so this was 2008.
2008.
Yeah.
And the fury.
You spent how much money do you think you spent on mailers for them to be calling your parents?
I mean, whatever they gave me
And
is
more.
essentially what I spent.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was like $5,000 or
yeah, they don't let you
$6,000
pay
or
for
whatever.
mailers on a credit card.
I don't know if it was like $5,000 or $6,000.
do you still
or whatever,
do mailers when you're recruiting?
Yeah.
I spent
Is it the
like
same letter?
$6,000 for these people to call in.
they've adjusted
and
a
literally
lot.
the biggest week of drops, the biggest week, they were just ringing in my parents in the office at my house, and no one was answering the call. And I didn't have any idea other than the fact that I had no interviews coming in.
What's so funny is that you figured it out just being there on a Sunday.
That's real freaking funny. Yes.
So what was
I'm
it?
so
I
it's
just-
so
can you imagine-
hilarious.
Can you
Can you
imagine just
imagine he
hanging out,
hears-
being like, I just picture the scene being like, hey, Marcus, how's the business going? Man, I honestly thought we'd be more ahead. Mom, why does it keep ringing? Why does it keep ringing?
Well,
What?
that's
I'm just going to take one call. I'm just going to figure out.
No, I knew exactly because it shouldn't have been ringing. So all it took was one ring.
And then all of a sudden it rings. He's like, oh my gosh.
I'm like,
Did you-
this is why I've had
So
one
wait.
person interviews
So
in the
Marcus-
biggest recruiting month
So
of the
Marcus,
year.
when you get mad at yourself, you say Marcus Mangus. In that moment, did you go Julie Mangus?
I think Julie heard it from me. I don't remember exactly what I
Oh,
said,
man.
but like I was as mad as I've ever been in my life.
You know
Yeah.
what though? So you got it wrong. You spoke in May last year. Rem spoke in June. This year it is flip flopped.
Oh,
But I think that's good because you're going to share that story.
Oh, yeah.
And how you
With
still
the
had
branches?
100K summer.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
okay. Well, now we know what I'm saying.
Riveting. 9 words, Marcus. You ready?
I think I got it. Yeah.
Okay, let's go. What's
All right.
what's your 30-second synopsis, aka 9 words?
Homeschooled Katie gets crash course in female school drama.
Oh, nice.
This is delicious.
It's so good.
It makes me want to be on a cruise. I think that's the
Yeah.
only time I really down those mudslides.
No, is this a White Russian?
No.
It's not White Russian like
No, a white Russian is more like milky.
espresso martini is what I keep thinking.
Espresso martini
It's
is
basically an espresso martini, and I thought those chocolate bitters would have been perfect in this after my first taste.
I don't think it needs it. This is phenomenal.
It's really good.
Yeah, you could have just put a little chocolate.
We'll take a break mid-episode
And make some more.
another.
All right, time.
I can tell Nate how to do it.
What food goes with a chocolate martini or an espresso martini?
Chocolate.
Nothing.
I would eat
It's-
chocolate.
It is
Chocolate.
dessert.
Yeah.
It is dessert.
You can eat chocolate? For some reason, I thought you were allergic to that too. You're allergic
No.
to everything else.
I'm allergic to many things.
To
not
me, this is dessert. Like what we're drinking right now. If I get offered dessert at a restaurant, I say, my line is, "Oh no, I'd rather drink my calories."
Which, because that's the opposite of what
Dude,
everyone
your
says.
mom, Remington, today, they
this
came
is a
over
good
for burgers and hot dogs.
And she had
She
espresso
made
martinis.
no, dude. She made brownies. I know they're box brownies. I get it, but not everybody makes them well.
Yeah. She makes good brownies. And I don't like
great.
brownies.
They were great. They were so good. Wait, we actually don't
Is
have
that why
time.
Nate had to drive?
We don't have.
Not everybody makes box brownies well.
By the way,
that's true.
I'm saving all of us from a 90-second Marcus story about how making it out of a box in the first place is sin. But yes, not everybody does it well. In fact, I will go on to say I make some of the best mac and cheese in the entire world.
Oh yeah, you gotta get the ratios of milk and all that right.
Your butter,
Like box mac and cheese.
oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Thanks for playing along.
I for 2 years I was trying to force the issue on lobster mac and cheese being what I brought to Christmas. Year 2, it was like $80 to make this lobster mac and cheese. I'm like, I need to find a new thing.
Dude, I hosted a couple years ago. I hosted my parents and my family and my aunt and uncle and their family, and I got this charcuterie board, and I
love charcuterie.
And when I go, like, I just go to the store and get inspired, and I'm buying like pretty expensive cheeses and meats, right? And
cured meats.
And so then we're gonna have a Christmas. We're gonna have a Christmas thing, and my mom, and this is for significantly more people, like 50 people. And my mom goes, "Hey, do you think you could do one of those charcuterie boards?" And I was like, "Mom, maybe, but the one that we had cost me like $200
For just oh, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't. It was, but I was like, if so, people can chip in,
Guys,
you know.
so we're at the lake this weekend. How much you think I bought grocery wise?
It was your first weekend up there.
First weekend up there, yes.
I bet you spent $400.
Yes.
Can I just say my wife's family calls it an antipasta board?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Nate's got those
Spaghetti.
Italian Chicagoans.
Spaghetti. Antipasta.
Nate's got relatives that have offed people. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, that's why they made. That's how
why
they made
they
all their
own
money.
islands.
Yeah, that's how they made all their money.
Yeah. But yeah,
Nate's
400
gonna get that
$400
money, but
For-
he's got to do something
Hey,
to get
why
it.
don't we do that? Why don't instead
Kill
of
somebody?
instead of moving to Florida, why don't we all just move to Nate's uncle's
Do you ever
island?
dream
or
of
whatever?
killing somebody and you do it, and then you wake up and you're like,
You don't feel bad about it?
never do that. I don't.
You have the weirdest dreams.
Oh, I've yeah.
I
killed
have
people.
since going back to my school and doing that speech, like, I don't know, 2 months ago, I've had so many dreams about being back in school, and they're always me being late, not doing my homework, like missing tests.
That's perfect for this. That's
Oh,
perfect.
It
for
is.
This.
It is.
Very similar to killing people. Slam
Yeah,
poetry.
I'm gonna run out of this.
Here we go. Katie moves to Illinois.
I think it's so funny when she says Caddy, by the way. Her own friend still calls
The
her
whole
Caddy.
mo- the whole
Right here,
movie.
she goes Caddy.
The whole movie.
She goes, hey, Caddy.
Immediately targeted by a lesbian who is not a lesbian, and a gay man who is definitely gay.
Turned gay 10 years later.
To ruin. Oh,
Real facts.
dang it! To
The guy
ruin
that she was interested in.
the plastics.
No, Damien.
No. On Wednesdays,
might have too.
they were
That's
pink.
what Jessica told me.
No way.
Shambo! Regina is the most popular of them all. When she punches you in the face, when she punches you in the face, you like it. Bring back 3-way call attacks. The Burn Book. How Tina Fey became a drug dealer. Oopsie daisy. Katie slowly transforms into a plastic. A mathlete that wins prom queen. Now that's the real movie magic.
Okay, I need verification. She's saying that the guy that plays Aaron Samuels.
Damien.
That's what
Damien.
Jessica told me.
I think she's
no.
wrong. The guy that plays Damien came
Oh.
out 10 years later.
Okay.
Which is sad because he's probably, played this character.
Dude, I wonder,
Yeah.
if you start getting typecast, you start
Yeah.
asking questions.
Yeah,
He was convincing.
he was.
Yeah.
What made you stop?
Not as convincing as Brett's impersonation of Carl Anthony Towns.
Dude, I'm telling you, YouTube, Carl Anthony Towns mic'd up oh my gosh. every time he gets fouled, every time he always gets fouled, oh my gosh. He's like yelling at the ref, oh my gosh.
And then his interview.
And then after the game, yo, dog, I don't know,
Shout
man.
out
I
to the
just
Dominicans
show up.
out
I
there.
do my thing.
I do my thing.
I
stick my fingers out when I hit a
It
three
was
because I can't
Dominican.
not.
It was Dominican Mother's Day, so I scored 20 points in
His
fourth quarter.
3-point shot looks like a video game though. It looks
It's-
like
it's flat.
It looks
It's
like
so flat.
It looks like someone
Here's
pushed
the deal.
too
As
fast
ba-
on
as-
the PlayStation.
I have never seen the ball get there faster
as
than
badly
anyone.
as I want to pile on. He's the reason they won.
He is the
And
reason
that
they won.
I
the
agree.
game.
So
and
much.
Hart. Unfortunately, because
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
really hurts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he,
I really don't.
they are
like it.
very
don't
they're a
like him at
very
all.
easy team to hate. Jalen Brunson is an amazing star.
He is incredible.
His hair is really weird.
it is.
He's okay.
he can
Jalen
score at will.
He
Jalen
creates
Brunson
contact.
is an incredible scorer.
Yes.
But they play better when he's off the floor.
The scene.
Yeah, yeah. The coach Thibodeau. By the
He
way,
left him
every
out.
time you
They
say
literally-
Thibodeau, it's like I want to say Them Thibodeau. Like it sounds like you're like.
Dude, this is what I almost did. So she cuts she cuts the where the nipples are, and then she just wears
then-
it out, and it becomes a fashion statement.
Which
I
that
literally
kind of stuff happens.
I literally looked for a T-shirt today to
You
cut
should've.
like that, so that I could just be sitting here with my hairy nipples sitting out at you guys the whole podcast.
You know something I've never done is
Yeah, please-
do something like that,
Please move on.
but tanning with something weird, sunburn. Producer Nate's saying, "Move on."
I do, okay, hold on. I did see.
Have we told the
I did. This is
sunburn
perfect.
story on this
yes,
show?
Yes, I think we have.
It's been too long. Let's tell it again.
But I saw something the other day that had a, it has where the girls used to go into the tanning beds and put the Playboy bunny on there.
Yes.
And I
saw
saw
many of those.
something on Facebook. I saw something on Facebook that said, "I'm this old." Which is so perfect. These girls
no.
definitely had
It's
that.
I'm this old and I'm from this trailer park. I can tell you with confidence. All right, what made you stop and think?
Tina Fey is brilliant.
Man,
This is her.
She's good.
Her first movie, by the way. This is the first one. So she wrote for Saturday Night Live. 30
It actually
Rock,
makes
all
me
the-
interested to see the second one. I know it's a musical,
Yeah,
but it.
well,
but
no, I don't think it's the second one. Isn't it the same movie but a musical? Or
No.
it's not a read. Oh, really?
Well,
Okay.
I mean, it might be the same story, but it's not. It's not the same people. It's not.
but I think it is the same.
So you're saying it's the same? It's just a
I
remake?
feel like it's a reboot.
It
Yeah,
is
it
not
might
a
be.
reboot.
It's not.
No.
Okay.
Part 2.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not.
They left
interested.
it open for a reboot with
I'm
the
pretty
new
sure that
plastics
it's.
coming in. At the
I
very
think it's
end.
like 2 year. It's like 20 years later.
Got it.
It is what my.
So they're.
All right, so here's my first note. This movie is hilarious, but so stressful. High school does not have to be this intense.
No, it does not.
It doesn't. Like, and I know a lot of people.
And if it is this intense for girls,
Especially
gosh,
for
come on,
girls.
guys.
like,
I mean,
As this is PCB. This is pre-Christian Brett. I loved high school.
yeah, me too.
I loved high
Me too,
school.
but we didn't deal with like this level of like.
There were days. There were
I mean-
days where things were happening. There were days,
There was drama, but it was nothing like this.
dude.
no, nothing
Just
like this.
so.
There
intense.
was.
No, I'm saying for me. There wasn't.
I'm saying for me, there was. There was.
Which kudos to Christian private schools for keeping it.
It
like-
could have been that
Yeah.
I just wasn't involved.
That's fair.
That's very possible.
because
I, mean,
because I do think there were kids.
I knew everybody.
There were kids at my high school that did not deal with any of the stuff that I did that were good kids. And I don't their high school experience was probably way
I
way
knew I
different.
knew everybody in my high school, and we graduated with 104.
Yep.
So there was plenty of like drama, but this is just so next level.
But I mean, if like so to go back to Tina Fey, so Tina Fey envisioned backgrounds for all the characters. So like if any of the actors had questions about how to play a role, they would literally just go to Tina Fey and be like, okay, so what should you do here? Like beyond like no, that's a normal actor / director conversation to have.
But a lot of times the actors come up with it.
Right, but Tina Fey had it all envisioned and mapped out
Wow.
for all these guys. Like she put it's like her life's work. in this
Very
movie.
similar to the Lord of the Rings.
Peter
basically
Jackson.
the same.
Who's the guy
No,
that
J.R.R. Tolkien created an entire backstory.
Yes,
so
the
it wouldn't be
Elvish
hard.
language, and
It wouldn't be hard to be Aragorn because you know his entire backstory.
you can read more about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that plays principal here?
Tim Meadows. He
He's
was also
great.
Saturday Night Live.
Dude, I thought he was the perfect pick for that role.
He's pretty good. He had a skiing accident, I think is why he broke his
He's
hand.
in a lot of these.
Oh,
kinds
that's
of-
really
why they
was.
put it into the movie.
Yeah,
That's
because the
awesome.
line, and I'm skipping ahead to quotes, but I just thought this was so funny. He goes, "How was your summer?" She goes, "I got divorced." He goes, "My carpal tunnel came back." She goes, "I win."
I win.
The soundtrack for this movie took me back.
Oh,
Milkshakes. That was a full summer.
Misty
The-
something?
the-
Oh no, it wasn't Misty.
The 9-year-old,
Oh,
like
so
dancing to
uncomfortable.
Dude,
my
okay.
milkshake brings all the boys to
That
the
that is where I drew the line, and I
Yes.
said no. I'm not okay with this. That is where I drew the line. Which in reality, they were probably like, "Hey, just do this," and there was probably nothing on the TV. I hope they.
Well, they showed the boobs. They
Superimpose.
showed the boobs later, like the Girls Gone Wild, and she was lifting up her shirt.
Yeah, I did not like that.
Dude, this was like the high point for all the Girls Gone Wild, everything.
Really?
You know,
It would have been
from
yeah.
what I can remember.
I remember. It was.
That was pre-Christian
There
Brand.
was. Yes, I remember.
Dude, I went to I went to
You ever have the TV on in high school and you leave
fall
it on, you
asleep.
fall asleep, you wake up and it's Girls Gone Wild.
yeah, exactly.
It's spring break. I never watched Girls Gone Wild like that, but I woke up to Girls Gone Wild plenty of times. Yeah.
It was always blurred out.
Yes.
This was like
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about. Like with TV running, with TV streaming, like anything that happened in the 90s was commercials, was TV
Exactly.
running, was the next programs coming
Yeah.
on. You just don't have that anymore. Like
No.
with streaming, you stream what you stream. I guess if you had YouTube TV going on, for me personally, this house only watches YouTube TV
For sports.
and
Yep.
maybe like Dancing with the Stars, like a show that you have to watch. But other than that, like we don't just browse channels. Or
Sorry you had to
anything
admit that.
Most of what
That was
I end
strong.
up watching is if it's on TV, most of what I watch has been DVR'd
Yep, recorded.
because if I don't have the full subscription for it, I still hate watching the advertisements.
So they're getting
I'll
smart on
fast
that.
forward.
They're actually starting on certain shows. I think they're selling the rights to it, where even if you recorded it, it's forcing you to watch ads for a certain portion.
Maybe for YouTube, not for Xfinity. Yeah,
got it.
They literally have a thing where you can fast forward and it'll stop, like when the ads end.
Nice.
It's great.
So they three-way call. What's the girl who has the rich parents? I guess they all have rich parents, but
Gretchen.
Gretchen, not Regina. No,
Oh.
Gretchen.
She's in like every Hallmark movie ever. you
Yeah,
know?
she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her career has done well. Three.
Not
Sorry,
compared to the
I'm
other
sure
two.
you're crushing it.
Not compared to the other two. Yeah.
So she three-way call Katie,
Cat.
and I needed to know. Did you guys were you ever on the receiving end or the giving end of a three-way call surprise?
Oh yeah, but it wasn't mean like this.
Oh, dude, it was like we are catching someone in something, and then the second they're done, just unmute, let them have it. Yeah,
I don't remember.
we would
anything like
do
this.
prank calls like that all the time.
We love. Did you ever? What's the most people you got on a quote unquote party
A
line
lot.
before? I think
A
we
lot.
got like 8 or
But
9
I think
or
the
10.
key originally back in the 90s, early 2000s was you couldn't have multiple on one. So the next
Yeah, the
person,
next
to hop
person
on
had
to
to-
be the one that was
Yeah.
doing the multiple lines.
Yep. Yeah, you had to keep.
Man, I
keep
forgot about that.
paying.
Do you have numbers that you have memorized?
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. Yeah.
I have probably 10 numbers that I have memorized.
So
Maybe not that
I would have
many.
to I had to call my
633-4478.
Ooh.
Okay.
That was my
Well, let's go
number.
ahead and go.
So
Everyone who's listening,
Marcus is
Everyone-
574-707-5543.
Hey.
Yep. I had to call
I cannot wait for all.
I had to call my
we
mom
have thousands of listeners.
Yeah, everybody's gonna text
every
me.
day. The phone
It's gonna be
number
like a Sunday in
In
mailers, baby.
In like 8 years, this goes crazy, and everybody starts texting me.
Oh shoot, my bad. TriStar Distribution. My mom's work 574
Why do you have
534
Marcus's number
2119.
memorized?
Because
you
We
would have
used
had
to call
that.
each other all the
You would
time.
have had cell phones. You would have had it plugged into your cell phone by
No,
then.
we had to
No.
call each other for PDI.
I did not have a cell phone when I started. Oh, did I?
87603.
What? I
don't know what number
The
you're
second
saying.
I got a
It's
cell
not
phone, numbers went into the cell phone.
574876 is not you?
Oh, math. Let's do more.
Producers Nate saying this is.
Is there a market for high school movies like this anymore?
Yeah.
You think so? Because
Oh.
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Why? Because high schoolers don't watch movies?
Yes.
What do they watch?
They don't watch
10
movies.
second flips.
Yeah.
I think you could be right in this moment. I think people are going to get really tired of death scrolling,
They should.
and I think they're going to want to be more mature and go back to like a more of an art form. It's an art form.
I
Like,
agree.
Films are an art form. Like, we've done 52 of these things. I would say the majority of the ones we chose are art.
But you
It's-
think about the
Cinema.
the great like high school flicks. Like, and this is in that vein, right? Like, it just captures your high school experience. Well, I don't know of any movies that have come out in the last 5 years that would be in this vein. Do you?
We're also not watching them though. I don't know that they don't exist, but we're.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're
I don't know.
film
You're
critics.
talking about a coming of age.
We're in the know. Yeah, like
raunchy comedy?
Yeah, like
No, I think they're just different now. Now, I mean, it's just different. It's not the kind of slapstick humor that was.
The difference is though, to Rem's point, or whoever's point it was, not everybody goes to movies. Almost saying that you're going to the movies, it's not a normal thing to do anymore.
I don't think it's normal for high schoolers at all.
Yeah.
From the high schoolers that I talk to, and work
Dude,
with.
they go on group dates. They go on group dates with like
Yeah, we
10
talked about this.
people at once.
I would say, like, if you took someone out on a date and they had a curfew and like the movie takes away the actual like talking and getting to know the person.
Maybe. I don't know. I love going to movies.
Yeah, because you have been dating the same person for 20 years.
Yeah, but we've always gone to movies.
So I will say this: if
and I
for
watched
some
a lot of
reason
movies with my other girlfriend.
anyone listens to this that is under the age of 18, you go to the movies, you go early, you see the movie, hang out afterwards. You tell your parents, "Don't pick me up till 10:30, 11, whatever it is," and then you just go and you completely, whether it's vandalism or just hanging out somewhere,
Snow cones.
find somewhere to go hang out where you're not going to spend any money and they're going to hate that you're being there, and you just that's where the conversing happens.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
Lots
how you
of
do it.
You talk about the
Conversing.
movie. So the movie is feeding
Yes.
what you talk about.
Yes, and you talk about the
What
movie.
made you think is
What
the first
made you
question after
think?
you're done watching
Yes.
the movie.
See, this is great. We're fueling so many.
Do you guys remember the first time you skipped class? So she skips class and she's like, I know skipping class is wrong. And for me, I had never skipped class until college. Never. Like, never once in high school or anything. I used to get out of class a lot in high school, but that was because I already had all my work done. But I would never skip class. And then in college, I remember I was playing euchre, and it was my freshman year, and it was very heated, and I needed to get to class.
This makes so much sense.
Game of euchre.
I needed to get to class, and I was like, you know what? I could skip class right now. And the death spiral began.
Oh no!
I never skipped class. I always, like, one day I remember. So this is
You
like,
never skipped class?
Well, I was like in 4th grade, and I was like, "Mom, I don't want to go to school today." She's like, "All right," and she called and said I was sick.
Yeah, I remember that. You
So,
told us that.
so I never skipped. I always had an excuse.
I had a pretty
absence.
rebellious senior year of high school.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I broke up.
I believe that.
I got broken up with, and I was devastated.
That'll do it. Yeah.
And then I just kind of realized that high school is super easy, and I'm going to get good grades no matter what, so I don't need to go to class.
Did you ever just not go to school?
Oh, yeah.
Oh wow.
I would skip the entire second half a day sometimes.
How'd you get away with that?
It was not during sports, so there wasn't.
So it was in between seasons.
And it was a small school too. I'm just trying to remember, like, the things I would skip would be like study hall, choir, like things that things that you could
Sure.
I just
kinda
always
get
had
away
to be
with, like-
careful because my mom worked at the high school.
Yeah.
You know, and
What
so
would you
So
do?
mine.
What would you do? What would you just leave?
I had a group of friends, and we would go to like
the movie theater.
we'd go. I think we skipped and went to a movie one time, and then we would go to the mall or go to an extra long lunch. I think as seniors we could get a pass to go across the street. I can't.
We
remember.
had open lunches in high school, which was awesome.
What does that mean?
We could literally
leave.
leave campus.
Yeah, that's wild.
It was awesome.
I mean, I think that's normal. I mean, I think now that's pretty normal. But for like a small private Christian school where like that didn't really happen.
We didn't do it. There were too many kids.
I didn't go to a
doing
Christian
stuff.
school. I just went to a public
Carmel.
school.
I mean, I live a block from Carmel, and at noon you can't pass through that because the school and the
Carmel
parking
Kids are
lot.
also
leaving
feels like a
stuff all the
college
time.
campus. It
Oh,
feels like a college. They probably go outside to go to different classes. I know at Cathedral, they're going
Maybe.
outside. Like it
So
definitely
the two
feels
people
like.
that I would least expect to be the people skipped classes the most. Is that what I'm hearing here?
Yes. I think
Me
so.
and
Wow.
Regina.
No, I just assumed that
loved,
you and I.
all my friends were at school.
Yeah.
I wanted to be
Yeah.
at school. We had
Yeah.
so much fun at school. Now we definitely we would if we didn't want to go to a class, we'd be like, hey, this teacher that we really like, can you give me a note and we can just chill.
Was this movie the most like if you think about coming of age like high school movies or shows? Like think about all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Boy Meets World, Even Stevens,
this is Brett.
Super Bad, Mean Girls. Just keep going.
Superbad was closest to reality of what I experienced.
Super Bad.
100%. That getting the alcohol, getting the beer, throwing the party, finding the yeah, that was Superbad.
When am
for
I going to
sure.
need to make tiramisu? I don't need to make tiramisu.
Just
Give me a break.
Yeah,
Okay,
Freaks and Geeks.
who plans
I
a
never watched
Halloween?
it. I never watched it.
Here's
Oh my
something that
gosh,
makes me
it's
think.
so good.
Who plans a Halloween party on October 3rd?
Are you saying that's early or late?
That's early.
It's early. Yeah.
No, as soon as the month happens, you're doing that
October
thing.
kind of can be like a
All of October,
Yeah.
like we did Halloween movies the whole month.
Dude. Your wife, my
Mm-hmm.
sister, sets up for Christmas like in September. Like the holidays start when you feel like they start.
All right,
yeah.
fine.
We don't. Yeah, we don't.
I thought it was a
Decorate.
little unbelievable. Probably the least believable thing in this whole
the
movie
least believable
was that they had a Halloween party.
You
on
have some
October
really, hot takes around the Halloween season. You don't like people decorating for Halloween or where they store their stuff.
3rd. I mean, sure. I don't know.
Hey, what were
I
the
don't get
movies? What were the movies we're excited to watch for Halloween? Silence of the Lambs was one of them, but there's another one that we keep talking
Saw.
about.
I think we're gonna watch
Saw. That's right.
I want to talk about the
I'm very
party.
excited
I want to talk
about
about the
Saw.
party that happened at Caddy's house.
Oh,
So
that's
they
a different party.
So they throw. So she throws
Second
a party. Her family's out of. But she only planned on 8 people being there.
Right.
She said, "I got X, Y, and Z." This was my New Year's Eve 2005.
Okay.
Oh,
So I.
Senior year.
By the
junior?
way,
Wait.
This was my senior
Go
year.
2005 going to 2006.
Yes. So my parents are home. Like they're there. Okay. So all of a sudden it's like me, Dan, his girlfriend. We had some friends
Is Tyler
there.
also there?
It's like I'm not sure. We had like 10 people there, and then all of a sudden people started showing up. We live out. You've been to my aunt's house.
yeah.
It's out in the
I've been.
country. You've
Yeah,
been there too.
yeah, I've seen it.
It's across the street from a farm. So people just start showing up from. We went to Memorial.
One
so,
person invites one person.
dude, and this is pre-social media, like
Yeah.
you.
It's flash mob.
You can't just throw in an address to like you got to map quest this thing.
Right.
So before I know it, there's 45 people in my basement. and I go upstairs at one point. My aunt's making Jack's pizzas.
She's loving it. She's
oh,
loving
absolutely. The stack
Finally,
of
Brett brought some friends
you
over.
said Jack's Pizzas. I thought you were going to say
Tombstone.
Jack and Coke.
I did too. I would not.
okay, there's
I
the-
would not put it past her.
By the way, the stack of shoes at the front door is immaculate. So then there's people passing alcohol around downstairs. The cops show up. Oh. So the cops come. They're like, "Hey, we got because there's nowhere to park.
Yeah.
So all these cars on this country road on the side of the street. We need
narrow road.
So
probably.
again, my aunt and uncle don't know there's alcohol in the basement. My aunt comes out and goes, "There's parents here. There's parents here. Chill out. There's parents here." Everybody, 30 kids are going out to move their cars. It was crazy.
And no one got arrested?
Well, no one got arrested.
How did they not know there was alcohol down there?
I don't know, man. Like I said,
It's one of those winks like, hey.
Yeah, it might be something like that. My uncle was always good about that. He's like, look, yeah, good or bad. Probably bad about that, but good. So it was a packed house. And then, so this one girl that I used to date, I won't say her name, as soon as somebody said the cops are here, she's wearing no shoes. She runs upstairs and just runs as fast as she can through the cornfields. And
Like
just
in Glorious
runs.
Bastards.
Like, just runs.
That's right, just like in Glorious Bastards.
So then 30 minutes later, we're all hanging out, and this girl walks downstairs, and she looks every bit of I ran 30 minutes straight through a cornfield. And we're like, where'd you go? She goes, somebody said the cops were here.
That's a bingo.
Just ran. Yeah. It was.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I want to personally apologize to anyone who I said they could stay the night at my house. My parents said they had to go home. I pray you all got home safely. I think you all did. Good.
So I have a lot of things around this Kenny G character.
Wait a second. Who are you talking about?
Kenny G.
The mathlete.
Mm.
And he's got the business card. He's also an MC.
He is
and a rapper.
So he didn't know how to rap. Amy Poehler and Tina Fey took him aside because they really wanted him to play the role and like taught him how to do that.
So I have a few questions. Number one, were either of you ever mathletes?
No.
Or ever on a math team?
Were you? I imagine you were.
I definitely was. Yeah.
I don't know that math was my, like I was good at it. I don't know that it was one where I was just like, yeah, this is where I'm going to dominate.
8th grade, I still remember. So I'm in the advanced class for math. And I was also on it was called Math Counts team. And the 8th grade teacher told any of us on the Math Counts team, she was like, I don't care if you pay attention in class. If you're doing your work, if you're doing other work, if you're doing whatever, I don't care if you're doing that. But if I ask you to come up to the board to do a problem, I want you to do it.
Yeah.
And so we literally would do our homework for other classes in math class. And then every once in a while she'd be like, hey, Marcus or Andrew or whoever, can you come up and do this problem for everybody? And we would go up there and do it.
Was she trying to stump you when she did it? Or she just like...
No, she just knew it was harder for people.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
Whatever. She was just trying to keep us involved.
Did you do calculus in high school or college?
High school and college.
You did calculus in high school?
I did pre-calculus.
I did AP
Oh,
Calc.
I think I did pre-cal.
I did AP Calc in high school. And then...
Dude, I don't know why I could not get calculus.
They wanted me to be a math major in college. So I went to...
What would that do for you?
So terrible. It would be awful. So Wabash College, right? A lot of smart people go there. You go to this thing called Honor Scholar Weekend and you test against like all the smartest people to get more scholarship money. And the only thing that I scored better than everybody else in was math. They sent me a letter and a book called Trigonometric Delights. True story.
Not to be confused with Turkish delights.
Or afternoon delights.
True story. Yeah. Both better. Both better. They sent me this and they offered me $3,500 a year to be a math major.
Holy cow.
And I said no and gave the book to my math teacher. And I was like, here you go. Congratulations.
I love math.
And I became a rhetoric
Yeah, you're good
major.
at math, right?
I became a
love
rhetoric
math.
major.
I got asked to be on the econ, whatever the econ
So
team was.
were you ever a mathlete?
No, but I asked. I asked
you
to
were
be
on the econ team?
I got asked to be.
Oh.
And I was like, hey, like it's the same time as
Dude, I did
baseball
all that
season.
stuff.
I was
And-
always jealous of Kent. You guys know my buddy Kent.
Oh, yeah.
He was on quizzing. He did Bible quizzing, and I always thought that would.
I
be,
did that too. I did Awana.
I did
quizzing.
Awana, but I never did the quizzing. I feel like that would just cement
Dude,
like everything. In
I
your
went
brain.
to Awana Quiz Bowl or whatever against all the other kids, and that was super intense.
This
Yeah.
reminds me of the Kenny G moment where they walk into the math bowl and he's like, "Oh, great attendance,
great turnout this year.
Yeah, it's so good.
And what did it remind you of? Farron's show training is packed, yo. It is the exact
Well, I
same
actually
thing.
wrote down though. The last thing about this is who's the better rapper, the Kenny G guy or Brett? That's the question.
Scat rap.
He's solid. He's solid. It's not bad. He's not bad. It was good.
I think
We got to
Brett's
do
better.
Pitch Perfect.
I like my guy better.
Oh man, I love Pitch Perfect.
He does remind you of that guy from Pitch
He
Perfect
does.
for sure.
Yeah.
Love
All
Pitch
right.
Perfect.
Fun fact: slang term fetch, short for fetching,
You
was
keep using that word.
it was invented by Tina Fey. She didn't want to use an expression teenagers actually use because she didn't want it to become outdated later. So like that's the level of thought she put.
Wow.
And in doing so, like it became a thing. And like what was it? What's the Mean Girls Day? Is it October 3rd?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
October 3rd.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
when they
Fans
have
officially declared October 3rd as National Mean Girls Day. It's when he turns around. She goes, Aaron.
Yeah.
On October 3rd, Aaron told me what day it was,
Yeah.
or something like that.
that. Yeah.
So like that. I mean, but
He asked
she
me-
didn't plan for that. But like that's the level of like commitment
wrote
the
down-
fans have.
I wrote down fetch.
It's a cult classic.
It felt like a miss though that they couldn't say something like you keep using that word.
I
I do
don't
not
think
believe that
things that
means
means
what
what
you
you
think
think
it
it
means.
If
Yeah, there
you
wasn't-
did make a movie with that in mind, like how many moments can I create like that could turn into something?
That's so cool.
I
that
wonder what that would do.
She picked something so that it became a thing.
I don't. And the thing is, like knowing her, this reads like that was not the case. She just didn't want it to be something where you look back and it was like based on a real
Outdated.
thing. But then it became something. Like it became a quote from the movie.
I'm ready.
Well, as much as anything, that you can't make fetch happen is a quote.
Yeah. Stop trying to make fetch happen.
I'm ready for quotes.
Whoa,
Hey,
hold on.
But
Oh.
y'all tell me.
So
you guys want to do something fun? You want to go to Taco Bell?
right now.
That's a quote.
Oh,
And
we're
that-
doing quotes already.
You want to talk? No, I jumped ahead. Yeah, that happened.
Yes.
So there was a Taco Bell right next to
I
our
thought you were
school.
talking about right now, and I was getting excited.
I will do Taco Bell tonight. I this weekend decided I'm going to eat whatever I want, and I did. And it's like
It's glorious.
Way
I
more
love, I
fun
love,
doing it
I
that
love,
way.
I love this Rem because a week from now he's gonna start a brand new diet due to this.
due to the pain that my body feels. Guys, I got beat up this weekend. Like literally, so we went up to the lake. We took all 7 kids that we have,
Oh wow!
and it
You have
was
7?
It felt like it.
Mm.
I discovered sunflower seeds again, so I got 17 canker sores in my mouth. I've got. I still haven't figured out this foot thing, so like the entire right half of my body is just busted. I've got the worst sunburn, almost as bad as
Hookah?
that sunburn. Did
Hey,
not
tell
hookah.
me tomorrow if it's as bad, because that was when it really hit.
Sunburn, which was also from the lake, by the way. So the infamous sunburn that all 3 of us was
Whatever
it just the 3 of
happens-
us? Oh, Trev. Trev was the 4th. So we go.
I don't know if Trev was on that text thread though,
He wasn't. It was just.
dude.
It was the worst sunburn. Long story
I
short.
thought I was gonna die.
Long story short, Brett, Marcus, and I were up at the lake, and it was a cloudy day, and we decided to not wear sunscreen because it wasn't sunny, and we got the worst sunburns. But we all went home, and for whatever reason, it was like a 2-day period where we just didn't talk to each other. We were just doing our own thing. And like day 2 or 3, someone texts a group and been like, "Hey, any of you guys experience a bad sunburn?" Marcus responds with, I've been sleeping on a lazy boy with a fan facing me."
Dude,
Could not sleep on his back.
I couldn't sleep.
It's so bad. You had to sit up to
I-
sleep.
I almost went to the hospital.
It was the worst sunburn I've ever had.
I think
It was one of the
worst.
worst pains I've ever had.
Oh.
Like, it was awful.
The only sunburn that I had personally that was worse was when I fell asleep in Alabama on my stomach and didn't have sunscreen on the back of my legs. And so I couldn't walk. I couldn't bend my knees. And so they went out to dinner without me. They just left me at home because I couldn't walk.
So the other one that I had that was really bad like that, I was in the Bahamas on a mission trip.
Oh,
And
you got to help those people for sure. Hawaii is my favorite mission trip.
first of all, have you been to the poor part of the Bahamas? Because it's really
No,
rough.
tell me about it, Marcus.
Anyway,
Mai Tais.
what we would do is we would go help them in the morning with the roof that we were putting on this church.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
we would go
have a-
skydiving in the afternoon.
and we would have a break.
Volcano.
We would have a break because it was so
Luau.
hot.
Yeah.
And then we would do VBS at night. And one day during that break, I went out snorkeling, which I'd never done before, and I put on no sunscreen.
Oh, yeah.
And
Water's magnifying
my
it.
back was fried.
Mm-hmm.
And part of our VBS was this sports camp thing. And at the end, we're playing pickup basketball with all these little kids in the Bahamas, and they're just jumping on my back. And I am burned, and I am dying. Literally just dying in the Bahamas. Ugh,
Did you put on
awful.
sunscreen this weekend? Rem?
No.
Dude.
No, you don't put on sunscreen.
How do you get a base if you put on
Yeah,
sunscreen?
exactly.
It's my
Okay, this is what made me think. Okay, she's becoming.
If we get endorsed by sunscreen on the show, I'll start wearing sunscreen.
Oh, that'd be great.
I probably
man.
won't, but I'll say I do.
Yeah. There you go.
So this made me think. You asked the question, Brett. I'll tell you something that made me think.
Yep.
She's becoming more of one of these plastics.
Yep.
You see her putting on more and more makeup. Mm-hmm. And to my mind, she's getting uglier.
Yeah.
Both physically and
Yeah.
internally.
But physically too. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what it is, but like to me, makeup, like more makeup, is not the answer.
For a pretty girl.
Even if you're,
I don't know. Lindsay Lohan has this like girl next door vibe.
I mean,
to
Lindsay
her
Lohan,
beforehand.
yeah.
And she's very, very.
I think
pretty in this
makeup.
movie.
I think makeup can hide blemishes and do
Sure.
exactly what it's supposed to do. And
I
think
agree.
it's very easy to abuse, and I think it's also very easy to not know how to do it. Just like you don't know how to dress, like you know what I mean.
yeah, but
Like, I used
think
to be
that it's
really
the
good at
kind of thing
dressing.
You get,
I mean,
like,
I just-
addicted to.
I know,
And-
but like I'll just talk about me for myself. Like when I was a kid, like I knew what the fashion was and style. I don't know how to dress anymore. Like I have what I
yeah,
wear.
I'd say that's true.
I just go in and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I have like 3 situations, and
Yeah.
each of them have an outfit.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are the 3 that
I
Exactly.
basically have decided that I just want to look like I might have been in a meeting and I might have been on the golf course.
you do a very good job.
That you nailed that then. That's
A-
perfect.
You're
Plus.
You're not ugly, you're poor.
Oh yeah. The
You're
meme
not
that's going
ugly,
around.
You're poor.
Proof that you're not ugly, that you're poor from all the cosmetic surgery.
Okay.
So
I mean,
Google,
that's part
Google
of it.
Tom Brady 02 to 19. Yeah, it's
And
pretty-
Regina did get a nose job, apparently.
It's Regina, I think.
Who was your favorite character in this? I know mine, but I also had the benefit of thought. I'll tell you mine, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
But I love Kenny. I think he's so funny. He has some of the best lines, and I'll get to him when I go to the lines. But he cracks me up, man. The mathlete guy. He's so funny.
He's pretty good.
I think I like the principal best.
Okay, I can get behind Principal.
I think so. Yeah.
I think Tina Fey. I don't know if it's because I know she wrote it or so like I kind of attribute all the lines to her, but I also think her character is really funny.
Yeah.
Because she just is like, she's very cool. Like she does not care. She does not give in to the, what the kids think of her kind of thing. And I think some teachers do.
Yeah.
How about these 4 girls though that are acting? And I don't know, girls, women, whatever. But the 4 plastics all go to have pretty good
2 of them are
careers.
Oscar winners.
Yeah.
So originally, Lindsay Lohan went in to play Regina, and Rachel McAdams was supposed to play Caddy.
Right.
And they switched it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That was actually the casting. And
Great
so they
call.
switched it. Yeah.
Tina.
And I think Rachel McAdams is a fantastic actress.
Mm-hmm.
Like her and Emma Stone of that generation, of our
Yeah, I think we
generation,
said that.
are my two
Top
favorites.
9.
They're my two favorites of our
Top 9
generation.
for sure. Scarlett Johansson was also originally casted to play Regina.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. She's
No,
the perfect.
sorry, Karen.
She's a great age for that.
Karen Smith. Yeah.
Oh, really? The dumb one?
Yes.
I only know that because of the backwards.
Speaking
K
of the dumb
thing,
one, so
which
Amanda,
is so freaking
Amanda
funny.
Seyfried, who has won an Oscar.
Dude, that'd be hard to play somebody that.
What did she win an
stupid.
Oscar for?
One of the
Les
very
Mis,
like-
I think.
No, I don't know. You might be right.
It was something recent or a long time ago.
Probably like 10 years ago.
Okay.
So not long after this.
Mm-hmm.
So she received 12. So riddle me this. She received 12 billing in the opening credits. Her screen time is much more than most of the actors that are billed above her.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do billing on credits, is that supposed to be your quote, or is it supposed to be what you actually got paid, or the time on
Sometimes
screen?
it's time. No. Sometimes it's when you got introduced. Sometimes it's in order of introduction.
That's
There are times
Of
where it's
it-
like whoever shows up on screen in order.
Are you talking about for IMDb or the credits?
The credits. Sometimes the credits is in order of appearance.
But
I've
this,
seen
the
that.
way this is written though, is billing. So 12 billing in the. Oh, I'm sorry. This is opening credits. So opening credits is based on billing.
Got it.
So I think it's based on cash because it says.
I mean, she
her
was just
time.
a kid, so that makes
I
sense.
think it's just whoever's the most marketable at the time,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be interesting. That might be true.
right?
Well, which would also probably coincide with the cash though.
Well,
with
most
the
likely.
billing.
Yeah,
That is interesting though.
You guys want me? You want to hear something crazy about the mathletes?
I would love to.
This is from producer Nate, who just handed me the heaviest computer I've ever felt in my entire life.
Is
MacBook
that a
Pro.
HSE issued laptop? That's your personal. Okay. Shelly's. Okay.
All right. Martin Starr, who plays the mathlete moderator Mr. Will in Mean Girls, is actually in Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home as Mr. Harrington, the decathlon coach.
Yeah.
He went from mathlete judge to coaching.
So
Peter
he must
Parker's
actually be good at
academic
math,
queen.
or just the worst
that's a-
typecasting of
I
all
mean,
time.
that's great.
Can you imagine being
Fantastic.
typecasted as something to do with math every single time?
Okay, last thing I had that made me think.
Yep.
Prom is so dumb. It's the dumbest.
What's
don't-
dumb about it?
I just hated it.
I don't disagree completely.
I talked to my girlfriend. So I talked to my girlfriend out of prom our junior year.
Oh gosh.
But she loved that.
I talked her out of it, and I was like, we went and did something nice. I can't remember what it was, but rather than spending all the money on prom and dresses and tuxes and all the things, we did something else. And
Brett, you were rubbing
my senior year,
your stubble on the microphone.
And then my senior year, she was like, "No, we're going to prom." Right, so we did that, and I was like, "Okay."
Did you get an oversized white tux?
I was like, "Okay, we made it." I just had to go once. Then I went to college and started dating Jessica when she was a senior in high school, and I went to her senior prom.
Were you like the cool? Oh, my boyfriend's in college.
How did
No,
you feel
we
going?
showed up so late.
How did you feel going? Did you have any feeling?
I didn't really care at all. I mean, I was literally there for her.
Were you in love with her at that time?
Probably, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, at that point you don't care. Whatever she's doing, you're doing.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about prom. It's neat. The after prom, if prom is usually end of the year ish,
Yeah,
right?
end of
Kind of the
year,
end of
junior,
the-
senior year. I mean, I don't know. I just don't. I don't get it. But I don't like that kind of stuff anyway. But I never got it.
Well, I think the big thing about like public schools is just a bunch of grinding. Like if it's
Sure.
actually, if it would actually be like dancing and fun, but like if it's
Like a
literally
nice
just like
dinner
a
with everybody or
nightclub
something.
with 17 and 18-year-olds, like
It
But I felt like it just became a contest of like who could spend more money on stuff.
It was definitely a big deal if you got to go
See,
4 years
I don't mind
in a
that.
row.
I don't mind that. I don't
Because-
mind. I don't mind the one time of year you decided to get all decked out and look nice. I don't mind that.
If you were, you could only go if you were a junior, and if you, but if you were
But
a
if you got
freshman or
invited-
sophomore and got asked to go, yeah, it was a big.
Did you go
deal.
more
No.
than twice?
No, I don't even think I have armpit hair until the end of
Yeah, but
sophomore
you dated
year.
a girl that was twice your size, apparently.
Yeah, she
That
didn't go to
didn't
the same high
stop you
she
from
didn't go to the
making
same high
out in
school.
5th grade, apparently.
She didn't go to the same high school. Yeah. She didn't go to the same high school. Didn't work out.
Did you guys catch where this movie was like supposed to be?
Evanston, Illinois.
Yeah.
Suburb of Chicago.
But I didn't. I only knew that because I looked it up because I was trying to check something.
And somebody
It was filmed in
someone
Toronto,
moved-
though. It was
someone
filmed
moved
in
to
Canada.
Indiana.
Huh. Have you seen this big thing about people hating on California isn't getting any tax credits for people filming there, so no one will film in LA right now? They're literally, Rob Lowe was like, I had everything ready to go with the show, and it all got canceled because they won't.
Speaking of which, completely off the wall. But
Nobody wants to live in California
Ohio
right now.
is voting on whether or not there's going to be property tax. It's on the ballot for like
Whoa.
next week.
Where will they
Can
generate every? What I mean,
That's what I said, but I think it's like they're just going to either up the sales tax or they're just going to find in other places. But like that's a pretty hefty lift.
Wait, they already have property tax?
They already have property tax. It's on the ballot to take it away. And there's
Well, there's been a lot of things shaken up in Ohio right now. Not just that, but like their school funding is a mess, which is probably the property tax.
How does Tennessee operate so well with no income tax?
property tax.
Property tax higher?
Yeah. You can do it with property taxes if you don't have income taxes.
Quotes. Favorite.
How would you run a government without without getting too politically charged? There's a ton of discussion around capital gains with going back and forth with Trump and Biden, like in the last 8 years.
How would I do it?
I
have a really simple answer to this.
How would you go about, like, obviously if we want the government to support us, like regardless of if you believe they're doing a good job or not, because I've seen the argument, like I've written 6-figure checks to the government before. I've written 100,000 and I remember thinking this could have been 2 or 3 full or part-time jobs that I could spend the money better than the government.
Sure.
But I also know that in order to fund
you also
anything,
like
I
roads.
want to have roads. I want to have an army. So what would you do?
I would just have a flat tax.
Flat tax.
Yep.
Meaning everyone owes the exact same number.
15%.
Oh, okay. So is that still flat tax?
Flat
Is
tax
that-
of income?
Yep.
Okay. That was like one of 10 questions I have. Like, what about property tax? What about all these things? Like, if you're the government,
Well,
how do you make your money?
So I don't mind the idea that different states can charge differently. But if you're talking about the federal government, I would just have a flat tax for income, for businesses, for everything, 15%. Boom. Done.
Man, 15%. I would have paid a lot more in taxes last year.
Right.
More?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I
Well,
ended
it's
up
15% is
He said same for business, personal.
but it's 15% of taxable income.
Right.
Taxable. So
I was like 10, maybe a little under.
no, you're not.
Yes, I was.
No, you probably got your taxes down to that, but you were not 10%.
What my net profit last year was right around 10% of that is right around my total tax bill.
I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
Okay.
We don't have to get super deep on that in this podcast, but that's what I would do. It would actually put a lot of people out of business, a lot of accountants and everything else.
Your
if it
tax
wasn't so
bracket does not
complicated.
change. Your tax bracket is your tax bracket. The amount of money that you get taxed on changes based on what you write off. So 10%, you did not get 10% taxed. You got 35 to 40% taxed.
You
and it
should've.
just felt like 10% of your income because you had so many write-offs.
I don't know. I can give you the numbers after we're done recording.
Listen, if you found a way to be taxed less, I would love that number.
Yeah. Quotes?
Marcus, would you say you're a socialist?
No.
Okay. We can do quotes now.
And
All the way from Africa?
Did you vote for Bernie?
Welcome. I'm from Michigan.
dang it.
Oh gosh. Hold on. Wait, what's the one right after that?
Well, I said
Well,
all
I've
the way
got-
from Africa, and then somebody says welcome, and then she goes, "I'm from Michigan."
Because it was to the black girl in
Yes.
the
Black girl.
who's not Katie. Who
You
they're
can't just
introducing.
ask people why they're white.
No, it's so. If you're from Africa, why are you white? And then, yeah.
Oh my gosh, Karen, you can't just ask people why they're white.
And on the third day, God created the Remington rifle to destroy the dinosaurs. There's more.
That's it?
There's more.
That
but,
sounds like what's that book we read?
On Wednesdays, we read
Uneducated
no,
educated. Educated. That's what that reminds me of.
One time, she punched me in the face.
I have this.
It was
It
awesome.
was awesome.
Wait, the little person right after
no.
her?
Oh, I don't know what.
No,
the
I'm
little-
saying the little person right after. This is her one and only movie. she,
Oh,
didn't,
that's great.
she did not get picked up for anything else.
Because if
after
you're
this.
gonna drink, I'd rather you do it in the house.
I thought this was so funny when he's in the girls' bathroom, and then she's like, "Hey, get out of here!" And he goes, "Oh my God, Danny DeVito, I love your work."
My Nana takes off her wig when she's drunk.
Well, that makes two of us. That's what Tina Fey says.
Yes.
Okay, I actually think this is pretty funny. Tim Meadows was kind of weird in this movie. I know you liked him, but this line was really funny. Her name is Caddy Heron. Where are you, Caddy? That's me. It's pronounced like Katie. My apologies. I have a nephew named Anthony, and I know how mad he gets when I call him Anthony. Almost as mad as I get when I think about the fact that my sister named him Anthony.
You know the movie I think about him in that's also just as stupid
Is The End of the World?
Benchwarmers.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
What's the movie where it's like the end of the world?
It's
and
the
he's an
end
astronaut.
of the world as we know it.
I
I just
can't
see
world.
Even Stevens. I think he's the principal in Even Stevens.
Is it like Apollo 13 or something?
No, it's a comedy.
Armageddon?
It's a comedy.
Rocket Man?
I don't remember.
Rocket Man.
Oh wow, Brett doesn't remember a movie.
Yeah,
Crazy.
but he's-
Don't have sex because you'll be pregnant and die. Don't have sex in the missionary position. Don't have sex standing up. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Okay?
Here's some
Promise?
Yeah,
Now everyone take some rubbers.
Yeah, everyone takes some.
but
rubbers.
he's my first cousin.
That is so funny that she goes chasing him.
She's so dumb. I mean,
You'll know the You'll know
I
the joke
don't
I,
know
told
anybody
Riley
that dumb.
right after that. I made fun of Riley for something. We're not gonna say it on the podcast.
Okay. Put a pin in that.
But
Tell
yeah,
me later.
Yeah. You smell like a baby prostitute.
Oh my gosh. We talked about getting canceled on this show.
I love seeing teachers outside of school. It's like seeing a dog walk on its hind legs.
I can put my whole fist in my mouth. Want to see?
Why are you
Brett
so
just wrote
obsessed
down every
with me?
Karen line.
Why are you so obsessed with me? This is literally what Kelsey says to our son every single day. Every time
yeah.
she goes into a different room.
Yeah, I get that.
I had to cancel the spring fling, but I'm not going to do that because we already paid for the DJ.
I have that down. It's like I have ESPN or something.
Okay,
The 95% chance it is already raining.
I love Pink, the artist.
Yeah.
There's many songs of hers that I will catch myself singing. God is a DJ, life is a dance floor. I think that's accurate.
Are you
Okay.
quoting something?
Yeah, that's her song in the movie. Life is God is a DJ, life is a dance floor.
I don't get it.
I think it's great.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
you
think
just
it's a
like
great-
the line?
I think it's a great line.
Oh, well, don't sing because it ruins.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah. We don't know what song it is if you sing.
Yeah, that ruins everything. There's rules on this show.
Just say it. Just say it for
I'll
us.
say it next time.
Yeah. I want my pink shirt back.
That was ad lib. He talked Tina.
Oh, nice.
He talked Tina Fey into letting him keep that because he thought it was funny. I want my pink shirt back. Why are you dressed so scary? It's Halloween.
I can't help it if I have a steady flow and a wide set vagina.
Oh, jeez.
Marcus will go there.
He will.
That was the line. There was 3 lines. The butter your muffin line, that was supposed to be something a lot more harsh.
Yeah.
This line, so that line was supposed to be taken out. They did not want an R rating, but they also wanted to toe the line. They were
So I
they
picked
actually
the one that
witnessed.
towed
They
the
actually
line.
they referenced other movies like Wedding Crashers or something that they said like if guys were to say it they could get away with it, but since it's girls they didn't think they could. So ultimately they got to keep that line. But that was one of the ones they were trying to get.
So do you get to submit it for the approval, and then if you find out it's an R, you can take stuff. You can say, hey, what do we need to take out to make this?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
More quotes.
We picked the girl too. I just thought that was funny that they both picked the girl. The limit does not exist. I feel like that's used a lot. The limit does not exist. Jessica at one point says while we're watching, she goes, "Oh, that's where I got that from." I mean, I don't say it anymore, but I can't believe that that's where I got that from.
It's incredible how many one-liners are in this movie, and I totally forgot.
Yeah, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things from this movie that became cultural.
Yeah.
That I didn't realize were from this movie. I will agree with that.
More quotes. Hidden gems.
Hidden gems. I wrote E2 Brute. I thought that Gretchen talking about Brutus and Caesar was so freaking funny.
Oh, was she reading
she was doing it in the time period of March, so they had to have been doing something about the Ides of March, and that was like super deep.
Do yourself a favor and on YouTube search Romeo and Juliet lightsabers. You're welcome.
Oh, well, now I have to do that.
Dude,
You've never seen him? You've never seen him do Romeo and Juliet lightsabers?
I don't think so.
Oh, man.
It's pretty
I
good.
used to play lightsabers for
very
PEI,
good.
though.
No, this is like real. They had real lightsabers. They cut someone in half, if I remember
see.
right.
You'll see.
Nice.
In one of the edits, though, we tried to make it like instead of it getting cut off and falling to the ground, we made it look like it was a baseball bat and it went up, and that was really cool too. Janice's drawing of the school for Katie was immaculate.
Yeah.
Like it drew out like all the lunch tables and all. I thought that was really. I mean, that was a great friend.
She's an artist.
Great friend.
You know.
Here's a hot take. The principal is Rodrigo Mariano. 100% Rodrigo Mariano.
The principal?
Yes. Yeah.
That's why you like him so much.
Principal's Rigo.
You love Roddy.
Yep.
I thought that the I put this under hidden gems just because who would ever think of this? But the wheelchair trust fall.
The things that you laugh at. So here's what's funny is like I was like, all right, there's cheap laughs that I get annoyed at that Marcus loves. It's like that's who it's for.
I think Jessica has brought that out of him.
But like no, it's like who would possibly think of that?
To do a wheelchair trust fall?
Like, hey guys, we're gonna have all like it's ridiculous enough to have all these girls get up there and apologize for something and then do a trust fall. Like that would never happen as it is, right?
Sure.
In a high school setting like this, that would never happen as it is. But then to take the girl in the wheelchair and have her do the trust fall, that's objectively hilarious.
Amy Poehler trying to get in the back of this.
It's so
picture.
funny.
While they're really upset, remember when Regina's trying to lose 3 pounds and she gives her the carb loading.
Oh yeah.
She's in the bed. She's lifting 1 pound weights.
Yeah.
just lifting 1 pound weights over and over again.
Who had the worst entrance? Lindsey Lohan at the Halloween party or Julia Roberts in Ocean's 11?
Ooh, that's a great question. Well, here's the deal. We already knew what Lindsey was
Aaron
wearing.
plays it off though. He's like, "Oh, you look great."
Yeah, he does a great job.
Yeah, and Matt
Damon's still excited.
like an idiot. Like an idiot.
The power of Julia Roberts. So I watched Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 13 over the last week. And Ocean's 12 really bugged me because they broke the fourth wall with Julia Roberts. They they make it.
Yeah, because she
oh,
pretends
you look like
to be
Julia Roberts. I don't like that. That's cheap. I feel like that's cheap. It ruined it being an awesome movie for me, like that little thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What would you have rated it if we did it on the show? What would you have rated?
Ocean's 12.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Do you like
I still
Ocean's
enjoy
13
it
though? Because I like
love
Ocean's 13.
Which is the all girls one?
No, Ocean's 8.
8. Got it. Okay.
That's Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, whom I love.
I like Sandra Bullock.
Have we done a Sandra Bullock yet?
I don't think so. Speed might be a good option.
Oh, we got to do Crash. We could do Prince of Egypt.
Dude, you know what?
What's the Ryan Reynolds one?
Yeah, the Proposal.
The Proposal
That's
is so
great.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
Proposal's great.
I don't know. Rem's unsure about doing funny movies, though.
Yeah.
This has
I'm
been great.
We'll
unsure
find out.
about doing just slapstick humor.
I mean, that's what this is.
Kind of. This is a little bit smarter. She says irregardless, which I'm sure Marcus caught.
I caught it as well. It should have been regardless.
But did it bug you like it bugged Marcus?
It didn't bug me because I knew it was on purpose.
So look it up.
It's
a
no,
non.
they both work.
It's a
They're
non.
both allowed.
Now, because everyone said it wrong for so long, they created it as a quote unquote. If you Google it, it's a non-standard word.
Yeah.
What?
This has been the case for
That's
a long
so
time.
dumb.
It's crazy, man. At some point,
You
we
don't
say
just change
It isn't-
language.
it isn't
we
dumb.
say
Yes, you
something
do.
wrong so much
All
that
of
it takes on a
language-
new meaning. Like literally,
This is literally all of language.
literally.
So
You just did it.
It doesn't bug
literally.
me.
Literally doesn't mean literally more. I literally ate a whole cow.
It doesn't bug me. No, I meant it literally.
I know, but now literally can be used for the opposite, ironically, not literally. And it's okay. It's part of its meaning.
But I meant it literally. Because
one?
because you can make up words. And if someone
All
knows
words are made up.
if
Because they're all
someone
made up at
knows
some
what
point,
you
right?
mean,
Sure.
if someone knows what you mean, then it's
if
a
we all
word.
agree, then we all agree.
Yeah.
I don't think we all agree. I think we all accept.
No, it either is a word or it isn't.
It's not that whether it's a word or not. It was always a word.
It's fetch.
All right. More hidden gems.
Irregardless.
Hey, that's actually
Irregardless,
true.
we
Like
should
the whole
finish-
Fetch thing, she was trying to get enough people to bring on Fetch. And by the way, through the movie, she done did it. Fetch is now a word.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
It's never gonna happen.
More hidden gems. Anything else?
I just thought I might have said this, but throughout there's a ton of just actors in this that ended up doing a lot of other things. Like even the guy that she's cheating on him with that becomes the prom king.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he plays.
Shane?
He's in like every season of Blacklist. He's
Oh,
a
is he?
wrestler. You know, there's a ton of
Dude,
people.
he got to make out with Rachel McAdams. There's probably more than one take there. Good for him.
Probably more. than
Was
one
this pre-post Notebook?
pre
Post.
pre.
No, I think this was post Notebook.
Notebook was 2006 or 7.
Yeah,
Got it.
This
okay.
is 04.
Pre. So this may have gotten her Notebook.
I mean, she's pretty good.
She's great. Lindsey Lohan. I
You know
mean,
my favorite Rachel
2004. It was the same. It came out in the same year.
What do you think my
Oh,
favorite?
wow,
what
how
do you
does
think
that happen?
What do you think my favorite Rachel McAdams movie is? Anybody
What
know?
is your favorite Wedding Crashers?
Nope.
Why are we just supposed to?
Mean Girls came out in April. Notebook came out in June.
But how do you do
Doctor
that?
Strange.
How do you do
No.
that? How do you do
So
that?
I'm assuming it's not Notebook because you would have said that.
Marcus is the
Sherlock
podcast
Holmes?
people are waiting to hear.
Nope.
What is it?
Am I getting closer?
Oh, you're closer
Brett,
in the timeline.
it's just me because Brett doesn't know movies.
You're closer in the timeline. She's a reporter.
It's me, all the 200 people that are on our live show, and all 800 other listeners.
A reporter for the Boston Globe.
Oh, Spider-Man.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Oh. I don't know if she's in this, but is it Spotlight?
Spotlight.
She's in Spotlight?
Oh yeah. Oh no,
Spotlight's-
Spotlight's way older.
Dude, we need to do Spotlight.
I agree.
Oh, man.
I can tell you
Oh,
right
she's
now. what
Southpaw?
I
She
can
was in
tell you- I
Southpaw?
can tell you right now what my rating for Spotlight is.
Me too.
Yeah,
7.
9.
It is rating time, I think. Rating time. It is the maybe most rewatchable 8.1
Teen Dramedy.
that I will ever give. I looked for all the reasons not to give it an 8.0 or higher, and I can't. Because it's a team comedy, dumb, stupid, funny movie. I wanted to not give it an 8 or higher, and I can't not give it.
What would you give Superbad compared to this?
Super bad. Now, without watching it within the last 15 years,
What?
just
You
based
haven't
on
watched it in 15 years.
no way. just based on nostalgia,
What do you spend your time doing? Jeez.
I feel like I would give Superbad like an 8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, 8.1 for me.
8.3 for Remington.
Great score.
Yeah, I'm like a 7.2. It's good.
We knew you would be. What's next? Well, let me
Spotlight.
tell you. Spotlight's getting added to the list. Shoe Dog. Man.
Read it.
Oh, is that next week?
It's
Read
next
it
week.
or listen to it, people.
Man.
I did find out if there was a ghostwriter or not, and you'll find out on the episode.
All right. Top Gun.
I
Maverick.
specifically don't look these things up because I want to
Correct.
be surprised.
Yeah.
Karate Kid.
Oh.
Which one?
The original. However, we gotta
Nice.
It's not a reboot. It's a series. It's a movie. It's a new movie.
Okay, so Cobra Kai is a series,
Cobra Kai is a series.
but they have one coming out this summer with Ralph Macchio.
Which is a series or
no,
a movie?
it's a movie.
Movie.
Ralph Macchio, Jackie Chan, and it's a new Karate Kid.
Got-
Legends.
Legends.
Yeah.
Legends. And then 4th of July, Hamilton. Which Riley said you guys are invited
Alexander
to
Hamilton?
come over.
I heard. Yeah,
and,
she said we could come
You can
over.
either watch the screening for the show or the 4th of July
You guys
fireworks
start at
special.
what time? Because
There's
you
a
start at what
million
time?
things he hasn't done. But just you wait.
So there
Just you.
the
wait.
4th of July, which we can't, that we got to watch it before then. So I'm going to watch it twice this year because we need it for the
Do
taping.
you feel helpless?
But 4th of July, it's usually like a 10 o'clock start because that's when fireworks start.
That's perfect. I can put the kids to bed.
Yep.
and
Wait, so we're FaceTiming to watch this together?
I'm just gonna go to his house.
If you want to watch the 4th of July one, which is after we'd already recorded the show.
I can leave
come
my
over.
kids home alone though. You can't probably.
Cannot.
Yeah.
I can leave him with your home alone.
Okay.
Is Home Alone cover worthy?
So
Should that be a
Home Alone
Christmas
should
time?
be a
Christmas?
Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
You know
Oh,
what's
that's
cool
a
about
good
the
Christmas
what's cool about the
fun facts.
Christmas is that we already picked 4 great Christmas situations. Now we pick.
I have
4 new ones.
I know what I want to do for my Christmas pick.
I'm trying to think of what I want. I got a lot of really good Christmas music I like.
I want to do Violent
Have
Night.
you picked Violent Night? That's right. Have you picked your birthday
Oh,
selection yet?
Should I make you guys watch Rudy? That'd be fun.
I love Rudy.
Me? I'll watch it right now.
Yeah, I love Rudy.
Rudy's great.
Vince Vaughn.
We'll find out.
Vince Vaughn is the first thing you come up with Rudy.
Well, I'm just saying. Think about the people that we've covered that are also in that movie.
I think the only Vince Vaughn we have covered is 4 Christmases.
It might be.
How short did this movie feel after watching 3 Lord of the Rings in a row?
Oh yeah, super short.
I was like, it's over?
Well, you made us watch 2 Lord of the Rings in 1 week.
I definitely strong-armed that, and I'm not going to apologize.
We were sitting right here, and I was like, "You just got us committed to 6.5 hours worth of movies."
By the way, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We watched Pretty in Pink over the weekend. Or no, not Pretty in Pink. 16 Candles.
Oh, 16
the 80s,
Candles.
80s were on a different level
Dude,
of teen raunchy
That's what I'm
comedy,
saying.
by the way.
Is all those teen movies in the 80s and then even the 90s and
Well,
like
I'll tell you what though, the 80s that they had that the 90s and today doesn't have is a casting of extremely popular teenage actors. So Anthony Michael Hall and Molly Ringwald and that whole crew, that you don't have those teenagers that are like as big as they were.
It's not the same anymore, but they're all like either YouTube stars or
I was gonna say,
Right.
what was the only way to get famous at that age was to be that,
right.
versus
Well,
the
I just
smartphone.
watched today. Literally today, I watched Mighty Ducks with the kids this morning,
Nice.
and
Dude, Summer Break's
and
so awesome.
Those
Summer Break's so great.
those kinds of movies, like it's like they're not making them anymore, and the TV shows that they make for kids are such crap.
Yeah.
Like they're so bad.
They're insulting the intelligence
Yes.
of kids.
They're
except for
so
Bluey.
bad.
Are you on break yet? You guys on break?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it's so good.
Oh yeah.
It's so
We
good.
soaked it up this week. It
Oh,
was a
yeah.
lot of fun.
Soak up a next episode. See you later.